Been very strong in that. As we look at the table, the top left-hand pocket, been very strong in that one all evening. And you do sometimes have a preference for one side of the table. It can be to do with your sighting. One eye stronger than the other, and certain shots suit you better. And he's obviously very good at that one.
Okay, well, the margin now 5.
Dot's break-off shot has given Ebden pause for thought. He's playing the containing safety to the black cushion. Got to be careful to leave the cue ball low enough. Better still, knock the red up from the black spot. Caught that one thin. That's why he cannoned the blue. And that's why he's left the red.
Yes, the side. Lots of side to swing it around the angles, and the side just swung it away from the red. Putting loads of right-hand side, and by the time he got to the red, hit it far too thin. You have to allow, when you're playing that type of shot, for the ball to swing with the side on it. Well, if anything, he got into that too well, Peter. He didn't want to screw back that far. But he cued it very sweetly indeed. Just wants the white to come back just a couple of inches, but instead it come back about 18. This is a little bit more difficult now. Well played. Clever little shot that.
8.
Played it in such a way that the black had stayed over the pocket. It was safe, and he always knew he had this red.
Nine.
The cannon on the bunch holds his position.
$15.
I think Peter will be looking for a session like the one he played against Marco Fu, Clive. I think it was the second session. He played unbelievable snooker.
Well, and the third.
$60.
In those two sessions, he had 3 centuries, 2 breaks over 90, a string of other substantial breaks.
Yes, it's amazing. You get a few slow frames, and people want to write about
23.
those rather than the frame-winning breaks, Clive.
Well, you have to right about what you see, and the first session, Ebden Fu,
24.
was very tedious, but the next two frames provided a brilliant display from Ebden. Next two sessions, rather.
He had a chance there to go into the reds, and he started queuing very well. I'm surprised he didn't take the opportunity, because he may not get a better one. He's now got to get a good angle. He'd probably play for the pink this time. I think the last shot when he took the black, because he'd played so well in the previous flame, why didn't he just cannon into the reds and open them up? Now there's the angle. If he pots the black and hits the red just to the left, full ball, he'll open them up perfectly. But he just played for that single red, and a bit surprised at that choice.
Oh, well, Ebden shouldn't have missed the red that he was left, and Dot certainly shouldn't have missed that one.
I'll tell you what, Clive, Graham's put a few shots in there where the cue action, he's not timing the ball. That's a couple of them. He's just pushing his arms, just going out to the right a little bit, so that's a little bit of probably anxiety mixed with a little bit of tiredness, you'd have to say.
Well, Ebden thought, quite rightly, that if he missed that red, there would be more chance of not leaving it. Rather than leaving such an easy starter.
And if he's just off straight, he can punch this in and get right in behind the blue. He should be able to leave himself a good angle on the blue. And if he gets the correct angle, he can pop the blue and get right up into the reds to disturb them.
Again, yeah.
Well, not quite as easy now. He's going to have to come off the side cushion, and I thought if he had to put the white, if he had left the white as close to the cushion there, he had an angle to pot the blue and come up and into the reds. This is quite a tricky one now. He's got to be very precise with this. That's what he's looking at now. He's got to hit the blue, come off the cushion and straight up into the reds, and it's got a long way to go, and you have to be very precise with this.
I think his intended colour was the yellow, but he cannoned the green, so that wasn't a possibility.
He never dreamt he'd finish tight on the ball cushion from that last positional shot he tried. But it wasn't easy to control the ball, and look where the blue goes in. It's amazing. The highest available spot is the green, and that's the last thing that Graham would have thought about.
Foul and a miss. Graham Dot 6, Peter Ebden 4.
Well, no free gift is ever overpriced, and it was a free gift that Dot shouldn't have presented to Ebden, because it's a tight bunch, no great danger.
Touching ball.
Yeah, that is a big help to Peter. Look at the target, the green, the brown and the blue. And he can get in behind those. You'll have to hit 3 or 4 cushions. There's 2 of them. There's the 3rd, there's the 4th cushion. Didn't quite judge it. Same applies for Graham Dott. Needs a good white this time because he might just push a few reds into the open here. Just having a look to make sure he doesn't push one right over the corner pocket.
Pretty good length on the cue ball, but Ebden can reach the potting angle.
If he takes the pot on, that's the sort of angle the white will take. It'll go over near that red, near the middle pocket. So he could get back up into the balk area here.
One.
And a pretty favourable kiss, which he deserved after knocking that long one in. Just surprised a little bit the way Graham Dott played the safety. He could have opened the reds up and got in behind the green, brown and blue. He played at the other side of the table, which was a little bit more risky.
Because he was opening the reds more.
Six.
Blue spot occupied. Blue therefore on the black spot.
7.
Just looking to see if the red at the back of the little bunch is available into the right corner. He's got 2 easy reds that are still fairly comfortable, but still looking at that one, because if it doesn't go,
13.
then he's going to have to start and think about breaking that group of 6 reds up.
14.
That was the red he was looking at, but he's the wrong side of the table now, so it will be a cannon onto the end of the reds, right at the bunch there. That will certainly open things up. Now that is very unlucky. If he's not on this red into the left corner, couldn't have played that much better. I think he can just get to the potting angle
90.
of this one.
Knew that a contact of about half ball on the second red was going to keep him in good position.
$25.
can't make his mind up here. Shouldn't be any problem getting up for the blue or pink. Well, he didn't intend
26.
to cannon the black, and could have been better than this. All depends. If he can cannon the red that's near the black, he's okay. And he has done.
And this simple red is the only one he needs to pull another frame back.
33. $34.
So it was just one shot that Graham played, quite an attacking safety shot. I felt he could have played the bunch, opened them up and got behind green, brown and blue. He went the other side of the table, but Peter knocked cracking red in to start this effort. He's starting to grow in confidence, Clive. You can just tell by the way he's walking around the table.
Well, we've not seen anything marvellous from him, but he did win the last frame. He's won this one, so he is developing some momentum.
$47. $48.
Peter's shot time was up at 33 seconds at one stage, but I think it'll start coming down quite rapidly because he's getting in amongst the balls. You can see it's already dropping.
$53. $54.
Edwin was flowing from shot to shot so easily against Marco Fu, particularly in the middle two sessions, that his average shot time for the match was 28 seconds, and that includes
56.
A pretty turgid opening session.
$57.
We expected it, and it's happening. A comeback is underway.
His highest break in the match so far is a break of 63.
62.
Just the yellow to overtake that.
Thanks. 64. 67. 71. 76.
Stun and left of centre striking allowed the cue ball
82.
to take that strange path off the Borken side cushions. Breaks of 31 and 89 in that frame from Peter Ebdon. He reduces Graham Dott's lead to 8-4.
I like the Shawshank Redemption. It's great fun.
What's your favourite food?
Fillet steak. You get what you deserve.
Is there one thing that you know now that you wish you had known when you were starting out?
Don't change anything. You know, I think there's a very real danger of turning professional and thinking that you've got to change things, and that probably cost me 2 or 3 seasons.
Is the thrill of winning greater than the pain of losing?
It does hurt when you get beat, especially when you know you've worked hard and you think you might deserve it, but I think that's one of the tricks in life, is to keep on getting up when you get knocked down, and that victory, the thing that you really want more than anything else in the world, is around the corner.
If you had 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be?
Determined, persistent, stubborn.
What's your worst characteristic?
I'm perfect.
As although he says so himself. Stick with us. We're getting there tonight. I know it's past 11 o'clock in the evening, but I've got a stat for you two of you. This match, this final, is actually slower than the slowest final in terms of frames so far, than even the one featuring Mr Davis.
I was going to ask you, which one was that, Hazel?
Yeah, Dennis and Steve, 1985. Does that surprise you? Does it feel that way?
Frame times are slower as we speak. It's sort of on projection.
Yeah.
It's been tough snooker.
Yeah.
It really has. Doesn't surprise me. Me and Dennis were very fast.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But suddenly, Peter looks like the player that he's been all through this championship in the last couple of frames. Why has it taken this long for him to get into the groove?
He's found resolve from somewhere. I mean, at 8-2, he just looked like it was going to be all over, you know, this session. He looked like he's really struggling to win games. He showed great resolve there to win the last 2 frames, and of course his highest break in the last one. Well done him. Graham Dott's just gone out, I think. It's, you know, lost a couple of games, missed a couple of balls there early on. He's gone out to sort of compose himself.